fans, welcome back to my channel. Jordan versus LeBron. Okay, people, I took a couple days off, try to get my head straight, you know, with all this madness going on in the world, but we back on it. We back on it. In this video today, I want to talk about why Jordan was an asshole. Excuse my language. Why was Jordan an asshole? Now, many of us know that watched Jordan's career, or most of Jordan's career, we all know he really wasn't an asshole until it got to about the 90s. And in the 80s, he was cool, man. He was relaxed, having fun. And then after that, once we got to the 90s, it really, he did become an asshole, but look what he had to go through in the 80s and what he had to go through just to win his first championship, And when we run this down, maybe you will be an asshole too after what he had to go through just to win a championship. And not only when he won his first championship, he wanted to keep going. All the shit, all the stuff that he had been through, he was like, I don't care who's in front of me now. I'm looking to, win more than Magic, win more than Kareem, win more than a lot of these cats. So of course he'd never catch Russell, but he wanted to leave his mark in winning these championships once he got his first one. And we'll talk about his competition that people like to talk about in a minute. So let's look at this. So this is the playoffs. What he had to go through in the playoffs in his first 7 years until he won his first championship in 91. So let's look at this. His first year, 85, he went against Sidney Moncrief. And, I didn't put Terry Cummings on here because he's not a Hall of Famer. But this is Jordan's rookie year into the NBA. And he led his team in 4 statistical categories. Not even Wilt Chamberlain did that, okay? He was the first rookie to do that. Jordan was. So let's move to the next year. And Jordan is up against the Celtics that had already won, I think, 2 championships. And now they have a loaded team, 5 Hall of Famers, 3 top 75, and 2 Hall of Famers. And if you think this team was just a team, Bill Walton and Dennis Johnson was the leaders of their own teams, Seattle and Portland. So they were the leaders of their own team, and they got added on to the Celtics, and it became a big 5. It makes LeBron's big 3 that he went against a joke. Okay. If you don't think so, then you don't know nothing about basketball. So this is what Jordan was facing in his second season, coming back off of a broken foot. He didn't play the whole season, but 18 games or something like that. Off the broken foot, had to come back to the playoffs and face this monster. The next year, coming off the same broken foot, you really coming off of it, really. Jordan puts up 37. What was it? 5 and 5. I think 100 blocks, 200 plus steals, and Magic won the MVP. So I'm not digging that. But so he has to play the Celtics again, and he's doing all this with no help, no All-Star teammate, no nothing. He has to play these same. And the first time he played them, they won their 3rd championship in 86. So, the next year in 87, he had to play him again with no All-Star. I mean, the man set records, breaking records, doing all this stuff. He's going to lose. The LeBron fans like to say so. He still lost. I mean, I guess you're supposed to melt down like LeBron. That's the only thing. Melt down to your competition, you're going to lose anyway. So if he would have did that, you would have heard nothing about Michael Jordan. These are the great stories that made Michael Jordan who he was. He wasn't going to melt down in any fight. You know what I'm saying? And this is the East he came to. And you'll see once we get deeper into it. So the next year in 88 playoffs, woo, Another four-piece. Now, a four-piece with Scottie Pippen arriving and saving Jordan's legacy in '88 playoffs, where he put up a whopping 9 points against the Pistons in that second round. Let's not forget the first round where he saved Jordan's legacy. He put up 10 points. So that's Pippen, a legacy saver. And this was the year where Jordan put up all these phenomenal numbers. Uh, he did win MVP, basically with the same numbers, but a little bit more steals, a little bit more blocks, uh, less points. I think a little bit less turnovers, and they gave the man the MVP. He deserved it last year, and this is the '80s where he was playing plumbers, but he put up these crazy numbers and still can't win MVP. So yeah, so he goes against Dantley, uh, Isaiah Thomas, Joe Dumars, Rodman. He loses 4-1, no help, not even an All-Star teammate yet. '89, same thing, but minus Dantley. But he did play Patrick Ewing, top 75, and they played the Pistons again, and they lost. The Savior Pippen, I think he put up, I don't know, like 12 points per game or something like that. Pooped his pants. Once they played the Pistons. So far, except for the first year, Jordan is playing 3 to 5 Hall of Famers just on one team. Just on one team. So we go down to '90. They lose again uh, in Game 7. Let's see. Pippen, I think this is the year where Pippen sits on the bench or something like that in Game 7. He poops his pants again. The Jordan Pippen savior. But he played Charles Barkley this year along with the same big three. Jordan was playing big threes and big fives and big fours and all this shit. And you talking about LeBron's little big three that he played against the Celtics. Jordan was doing so. He played Joe Dumars, Rodman, and Isaiah again. This is the year Pippen finally made an All-Star team. So, if I'm not mistaken, if we go back, Jordan put up 85. I think he put up like 28 points per game. '86, he put up 43 in that playoff series, and then 35 in '87. I think it's 35 in '88. 30. I think he put up 27 in '89. So this is what Jordan was going against for the dummies out here. So we finally go to 1990. Something's got to give. They finally get over the hump. But look who Jordan had to beat just to get that first title. Worthy, which you guys say he was hurt some of the game. I mean, Magic, uh, Isaiah, Dumars, Rodman, Barkley, uh, and Ewing. He had to beat all these guys and didn't even have a All-Star teammate. Pippen did not make the All-Star team. So let's look at this. In these first 7 years, Jordan played 20 top 75 opponents. Played 10 Hall of Fame opponents. Well, this is 20 times played. Hold on. Yeah, 20 times played a top 75 opponent. 10 times played a Hall of Fame opponent. 6 to 7 years played teams with 3 to 5 Hall of Fame players. 2 times had an All-Star teammate, which this is not true because Pippen only made the All-Star team in '90 in these first 7 years. So 1 time had an All-Star teammate. Wow. So when you guys talk about Jordan's competition, look who he was playing all these years, and they was playing against him. They was going against him. So do you think once Jordan started winning championships, he gave a damn who he played? No, no. They didn't give a damn that they was playing 3 to 5 guys on one dude when he was getting beat. They didn't care about that. So you think Jordan's supposed to care who the hell is in front of him in the 90s? Bro, get out of here. Are you Oh boy, you guys call Jordan an asshole? He had every right. By the time this guy won his first championship, he had a right to be an asshole. Okay? In practice, in the games, whatever. Ain't no superstar went through this much obstacles in their career in the first 7 years. And we got LeBron's breakdown, and we're going to put them side by side on a different day, and it's just the biggest joke you ever seen in your life. Okay? His first 7 years in the East. So yeah, I don't want to hear nothing about Jordan being an asshole. And when Magic was over there playing nobody and making it to the finals every year in the '80s, wasn't nobody saying nothing. You guys talk about the damn Warriors is the greatest team of all time. Really, really, you got Kareem, top 5 player, if not top 3 player. You got Magic, top 3 player of all time, and then you got Worthy, top 75. You got, y'all got to stop, man. The Warriors ain't the greatest team of all time, and then you could throw in Michael Cooper and these type of guys. So when the Lakers were playing nobody every single season and making it to the finals, and y'all worried about who Jordan was playing when in the '90s because he had one dude that was good, that was scoring under 20 points. Who was he supposed to play? So with Pippen, he was supposed to play the Big Five Celtics, just him and Pippen, right? But you always say, "Oh, look what LeBron had to play," and he be having super teams. You talking about who beat LeBron, and he has super teams. Wow. Oh goodness. Oh, good. See, they don't keep that same energy. So this is why Jordan was an asshole once he got to the '90s because look at all this shit he had to face, and once he won his first championship, he was like, "Well, I don't care who's in front of me now. It's not my fault. I don't have to play, 5 Hall of Famers at the same time no more. I mean, that was unfair." And then, you playing the Pistons, they had 4 Hall of Famers on one team at one point, and then it dropped down to 3. So, you know, I don't blame Jordan for being an asshole. Look what he had to face. Nobody faced this much competition coming into the league in the playoffs, um, in a conference period. And Isaiah, he should know about this too. He was getting whacked by the Pistons when he first came in and by other teams. So, comment, subscribe, tell me what you think.